We're live. Can you see? Oof. Oof. It's like super delayed, guys. This is my first time using this streaming service. So I'm really trying to figure this out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm super delayed. I'm looking at myself in another. I'm looking at myself in another window, and I'm delayed. And then I hear myself in the YouTube video. Let's see. Zoom is a safe option. Let's make a Zoom meeting. Oof, that sounds bad. Yeah, so we may transfer to Zoom because this is no bueno. This is my first time, so I apologize for the inconvenience. I'm looking at my microphone, it looks crazy. What? What is happening? Interesting. It's so odd, guys. So can you hear me if I do this? Hello, how are you? I'm unable to hear you. Let's see. Ah, there we are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hello. Did you get my text?
I did get your text. We only have one person on right now.
Huh?
Oh yes, we have a couple people on at the moment.
Okay.
I was waiting for a few more minutes for people to come on.
Do you hear that static, or is that on my side?
I hear the static, yes.
Okay. Somebody's mic.
How is it right now?
Okay, it's gone. It's back.
Okay. So my I think that's mine, but I don't know why it's doing that. So let me. Mm, um,
Were you able to fix the mic?
I don't even know why it's doing that. It just stopped.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're waiting for more people to get online?
I believe so, but we can start whenever. This will be sent on to the YouTube world after we post it. So if you want me to start, I can start right now.
Okay, sure. Do we have some people on the line with us now?
We have one right now.
Okay, can we see your face?
Oh no, this is it's on YouTube, so they can see us.
Oh, it's just us.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood.
And they can chat. Yes.
Okay. All right. So yes, we can go ahead and get started then.
All right. So thank you for joining us. This is my financial advisor, Orlando Nelson. Orlando Nelson works with a financial consulting firm. It is 28 years old, and he's here to speak with us on building a business credit profile and putting your business in compliance with state laws, federal laws, and lending institutions. Thank you so much for joining me on my platform, Orlando Wilson. How are you doing today?
Good, good. How about yourself?
I am well, thank you for asking.
Thank you for having me on. Yeah, we're going to talk about, again, my name is Orlando Nelson. My company is Investment Network Financial Offices. We're a full service financial consulting, financial marketing firm, but we specialize in showing companies how to build a business credit profile, how to, if you will, separate your personal credit from the business and build a business profile with business Equifax, business Experian, and Dun and Bradstreet. Basically, a Dun and Bradstreet number is like a social security number, but it's for your business. It has nothing to do with your EIN number, your tax ID number, and absolutely nothing to do with your personal social security number. This is a number that's designed for you to be able to get loans, leases, lines of credit, or just things that you might need to run and operate your business and not always have to use your personal credit to do it. What we focus on is building a business credit persona, basically a public a record of how you do your business, how your day-to-day activity, your transactions. Until you do that, you'll always be having to use your personal credit because that is the only data that is out there that's publicly accessible. That's why I did a workshop, and the question was, why do they ask for my personal credit when I go in for a business loan or funding? And that is the answer to that, is because you do not have a business persona. You don't have a business credit profile where another company, investor, bank can access to see how you do business. So we focus on building that side, the corporate side. The whole world is a million times better on that side than the personal will never, ever be. Most people don't realize that Equifax, Experian, including TransUnion, has a business profile that has absolutely nothing to do with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion on your personal credit. Zero. You could be in a personal bankruptcy, a Chapter 13, making payments monthly, and you can still build a business credit profile. You could have a 400 credit score. It does not matter. It has absolutely nothing to do with your personal credit. So you can literally live your life all on the business side, and on the personal, maybe your personal home, maybe a car, a couple credit cards. Other than that, there's no benefit of doing any personal transaction. You get no credit for any of the things that you do on the personal side of things. But you can do those same transactions on the business side, on the corporate side, and build a business credit profile, build a business persona, and be able to do much more things on that side than you will never be able to do on the personal side. So when I teach this at universities and colleges all over the country, how to build a business credit profile, how to separate your personal credit. Now, one of the first things in this segment that I'm going to talk about, and I thank you, Cameron, for having me on again, because I talk with a lot of businesses and people that want to go into business, and the typical idea is to go get a business license. Well, a lot of people don't realize a business license does not make you a legal business. All it does is give you the right to do business in whatever county you got that business license in. But you could have a business license in every county in the state, and you still will not be a legal business until you go and register at the Secretary of State or whatever state you're in. That is the day that you become a legal business. I've had clients that have been in business for years, 20 years, 30 years, and couldn't figure out why they couldn't get any funding. Come to find out, they were successful, they made money, but they never registered as Secretary of State. So they were in the industry 25, 30 years, but they got in business like a week after they met me. So, and you'll be surprised, a lot of people that's in that position, and that's because they don't know. But so the thing we're going to talk about is, because before you can do anything about building your business credit profile, you have to be in compliance. So today we're going to talk about putting your business in compliance with all state laws, federal laws, and lending institutions. Not all of them, but basic ones that pertain to opening your business and establishing a legal business in the state. And again, and I'm going to break it. I again have a lot of students, and one of the ways that I like to do it is make it very simple. I think that's the best process. So let's talk as if you're just getting started. You don't even have what you want to do. So we're going to talk on that level. Whereas doing a business name search, just because you like the name and you think you may have created it, that doesn't mean that you can own the name. Again, give an example of a person that goes and get a business license. You can be whatever you want to be. Acme Hair Salon, let's say, with your business license, and be able to operate. That's called doing business as. Typically, it's your name. It would be Orlando Nelson doing business as Acme Hair Salon. But again, I said Orlando Nelson first, so that's still attached to me personally. So with the business license, you can function that way because you're not a legal business. But as soon as you go and try to register at the Secretary of State, come to find out somebody else has that name. And guess what? You cannot have it. They own that name. And if you want to be able to utilize it, of course, then you have to make changes to it, which you always run the risk of them going to their website or yours. So the first thing is to do a business name search to verify that the name that you created can be this picture is kind of sideways, can be gotten. You can own that name. Once you do that, then I always advise my clients to be an LLC. That you can build business credit from all entities, including a nonprofit organization. But you find that an LLC, an Inc., a C Corp is a much better entity to be in to build a business credit profile, and especially when you're talking about separating you from the business completely. As an LLC, you're the managing member, you're not the owner. There's no structure within an LLC. There's no vice president, secretary, treasurer. Those positions you can add to your LLC, but traditionally they're not in there. You're the managing member. As managing member, you're able to have full control of the business with none of the personal liability on the finance side. Now, for loans and these sort of things. So an LLC is typically what most corporations or most people start out as. In order to set up an LLC, you need to have a physical address. You can't use a PO box as the physical address of the business. It has to be a physical address. Now, of course, if you have a brick and mortar or an office space, then you're using that address. But if you're being set up as a home-based business, what a lot of people don't do is banks don't like lending to someone working out of their house. Okay, but they don't mind lending to a home-based business. Working out of your house, home-based business. What's the difference? Well, what you have to do is separate the residence from the business. Okay. And the way you do that is by designating a suite number or letter to the business in the home. I live at 19 Main Street. My business is 19 Main Street, Suite 2B, Suite A, Suite 100. If you do not do that, you're working out of your house. But just that simple designation there, that suite, that could be a crack in the corner. It doesn't have to be the basement or whatever. It could be your closet or whatever. But by just doing that, that qualifies you as a legal home-based business and not someone working out of your house. Because of course, again, no investor, no bank. I focus on first the compliance because most business owners are turned down for loans and leases and lines of credit because they're not prepared when they went in and asked for the money. They never make it past the processor. The processor checks these items. So in creating your business, your physical address can be in your home all day, but you want to designate a suite number or letter or both to the business in the home to separate it from the residence. Now, your mail goes to a P.O. box. You still do not have your mail come to the residence address. The mail goes to a P.O. box. I live at 19 Main Street. My business is 19 Main Street, Suite 2B. The mailing address is P.O. Box 123. Another reason that you want to have a P.O. box is because now for any of your public information, your website, your business cards, anything that's going to be given out to the public, you put your P.O. box on there. You don't put your home address. So no one's showing up at your house or these sort of things. For any of your public information, you put the P.O. box on. Now, of course, if you have packages delivered, they can come directly to the business physical address, but your mailing address, again, is a P.O. box. The next part of compliancy is your telephone number listed in the business directory. That is very important, guys. Your cell phone, a lot of business owners are using their cell phone. But your cell phone does not register. Typically, what a lending institution or someone that you're looking for funding may do is a 411 search on that number to see does that number belong to that business that's at that address that's registered as Secretary of State. So that number, if it's your cell number, typically will come back to you personally. Okay. Also, you want to be able to list this number in Yelp, the white pages, Google Business, all of the business searches, and then that number it can be listed on any applications, contracts as your business number that can be verified, and that can be an 800 number or a local number. It doesn't matter, but that's very key into getting funding, access to capital. Everything that we're going over in this compliance, but that's very important. So a telephone number, a corporate email, not a free email. Banks do not like lending to free emails. Free emails are Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail. These are free emails. A corporate email is your business name.com. Mine is info at info LLC. I'm sorry, info, INFO at info-llc.com. Your business name.com, not gmail.com. Now, of course, you want to have a Gmail as well, because just like your P.O. box, your Gmail goes on all your public information, your website, your business cards, your marketing. So your corporate email is reserved for contracts, applications. You don't want spam and junk coming to your corporate email. You save that for the important emails and use your free email for your traffic. All right. Now, how do you get your corporate email? Is when you get your domain name, your website address. Typically, you could use, I use GoDaddy a lot because it's very simple. and you can purchase the domain name and purchase the corporate email to match your domain name, your website address, your www dot. So you can purchase your corporate email at the same time. So that is another part of the compliance, is your telephone number and the corporate email, the website address, your domain name, and also a website. No website, no loan, guys. It's that's in the finance industry. That's like instant turn down. Because dig this. When you get ready to do business with someone, the first thing you do is you go look up on the website, right? So if they don't have a website, the first thing you think is they're either not legitimate or they're not serious about their business. Well, how are you going to go into a financial institution, a bank, and you're saying you want to borrow $10, $20, $1,000, and you don't have a website? They're going to think the exact same thing. You're not serious. More importantly to them is they're thinking, how are we going to get our money back when you're not even soliciting to the public? No one even knows where you are or what you do. So you have absolutely no chance of getting any funding. So, and that doesn't have to be a full-fledged several pages. It could be a landing page. Qualifies. A website is whatever's at that web address. But so it could be just a basic landing page, who you are, what you do, your telephone number, contact, or whatever sort of information. Doesn't have to be very elaborate, but that fills that compliance piece of having a website. These are the pieces that you want to get together. So then now when we apply for the EIN number, your tax ID number, which is the same number, it's just how is it designated to the IRS. The EIN is for your employment identification, and then your TIN, your tax ID number, for paying taxes on your income. The E is for your employees. So that's the same number. Now when you go to apply for that, all this information can be placed on there to match, to be in suit with each other. The more information that matches, the stronger that initial base of that company is. Everything matches. And then we're applied for your Dun & Bradstreet number. Now, there's two types of number. There's a government number and a standard number. I typically acquire the government number. It's free. It typically comes in your email in 24 hours. And then I show my clients how to utilize, how to qualify for SBA loans, grants, and to bid on government contracts. There's a website, it's called sam.gov. Another one of the information they try to hold back from Main Street, that once you go and register your business there, they will email you contracts for you to bid on based on what services your business provides. So now you are bidding with typically the individuals that win the contracts and want to subcontract to you or subcontract out. Now you're able to bid right along with them because you're getting the same information at the time that they are to go in and bid on it. The way that over the last, I've been in business 28 years. The last 17 years, this is what I focus on is corporate credit, is learning, because it's the best thing that you can do for your business. Every company, no matter how large, how small, how old or how new, needs a business credit profile, period, in the end. So having that Dun & Bradstreet number, again, which is like a social security number, but it's for the business. It creates options for you. That's the name of the game. They have options, access to funding, be able to do major projects. You know, business credit is for individuals that's looking to take their business to the next level, build a corporation, $100 million in sale. Typically think outside of the box because of the path that it puts you on. Which once you start down this path, you're nothing else will make any sense when it's pertaining to doing business and definitely your personal credit. So your Dun & Bradstreet number, typically with the government one, the standard one, they charge you a couple $100. It takes almost a month to come. The government number in 24 hours. And then, of course, your business bank account. The final piece of your compliance. Typically, you want to have eventually 3 business bank accounts 3 different banks per one business. 3 different banks per one business. Starting out, you don't have to do that, but eventually, that's what you want to do. 2 majors, maybe 1 or 2 small community banks. I like Chase and Wells Fargo, and then I have used Regions and Navy Federal and other smaller community banks. Funding with banks is all about relationships. That's very important, guys. If you're in business and you don't know your banker, that you're missing out on an opportunity to develop a relationship that can be beneficial to your business. Now you're not just a cold application; you're a face to the application. It's a lot of benefit to have a relationship with your bank, but you want to have at least 3, 2 in the small community bank. You want to have, because a lot of times they will do things that some of the larger banks won't do, or take you through a lot more trouble to get it done. We use a lot of non-traditional funding, private money, private equity firms, investors, because of course the bank tends to be a lot more strenuous. They're going to always ensure their money more so than their money is more important. So they're going to make sure that it's secure. So when you deal with outside vendors, private money, non-traditional type funding, you tend to have a lot more success and a lot easier. With us, we have a very high success rate because we build your profile to fit what our lenders are looking for. It's not throwing it up against the wall and see what sticks. We know by building that business credit profile what they want. So again, let's get a little ahead of myself. You want to have starting out, if you're starting out, at least 1 in bank, and you want that to be a major bank as opposed to a small community bank. If you already have those relationships personally, then you want to go ahead and get a business one at that same bank as well. Now, you typically want to have and I know some of you guys may be listening to this and saying that's very basic, but again, I'm going through it basically because most of the time I do these all day long. Before COVID, I travel all over the country, and my thing is I like to help people. I'm blessed to even have this information. A guy like me 17 years ago was not to know anything. This is classified as one of the best kept secrets when it comes to business and finance. This business credit prior to 2017, it was only 15 of us in the whole country that legitimately did this work. Now online, there's all these people out of the woodwork from 2017 talking about they build business credit. The difference is building a business credit and having a business credit program. It's 2 totally different things. And that's what I offer as a program, because basically anyone, you can build your own business credit just like you can build your own personal credit. But it's how you leverage it. It's what you do. What's the relationships that you've developed to utilize those? Because just like your personal credit, well, I don't believe in having an 850 sitting on the shelf, looking pretty. Don't touch it. Don't run. No, no, that's a financial tool. You put it to work on the business side. I've gone 3 to 5 years without using my personal for anything personal, social for anything personal, because I don't do anything personal. But all of the advantages is on the business side, and you can live that way every day. But the point I was saying is, prior to 2017, it was only about 15 of us. When I started in this industry, it was only 4 companies doing it. The Dun and Bradstreet has been around since 1848. Let me give you guys a little bit about them. Since 1848, this is nothing new, nothing I created. No one recently. This over 100 years. This is how corporations, the wealthy, have built wealth. In the early days, it cost $100,000 to $200,000 to build a business credit profile. So, of course, Main Street could not afford it. All right. Secondly, you didn't know anything about it because they don't teach it in college. They don't teach it in technical schools, unless you go to an Ivy League school, Harvard, Cornell, and take business and finance. Because the Harvard doctor, if you didn't take business and finance, guess what? He doesn't know either. Um, they teach it there. And of course, they're not going to come out and tell you, of course. They want the advantage. They paid the money. They got the education, and they're not sharing that information with Main Street. So for over 100 years, no one could afford it, and then only the few, only the privileged even knew or even had access to even get it done. I was blessed to have a mentor that worked on Wall Street that taught me, and I lost my mind as soon as I heard of it and stopped everything else that I insurance, dealers like blah, 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 and focus on this because this is the key, the secret sauce or whatever. This thing, and what's beautiful, it works the same way every day for everybody. It's the system. It's the way it functions. You just plug and play. And what I do is I coach and guide and show you how to max it out. But the reason why it's classified as one of the best kept secrets, because the where you would normally go and get the information from, you can go to just about any bank branch you want to talk to the senior guy in there. They're not going to know how to build a business credit profile. Your CPA knows nothing about building a business credit profile. And unless you have a corporate attorney, that means you're already making millions of dollars. They are not going to know how to build a business credit profile. I have tons of lawyers, clients, I have CPA clients. Their clients are my clients. They're not going to know. So the typical places you would go get the information is not there. The people that do know is not telling you, and then the expense. So only again the corporations and wealthy have been taking advantage over this. Now, of course, it's a lot more, being the fact that it's a lot more long known. When I started, it was man, it was difficult for people. People used to say I was lying. There's no such thing as business Equifax and business experience, but there is. But that's how far that goes back. That's far I go back with it. When you're talking about actually knowing this stuff. But anyway, that's why it's classified as one of the best kept secrets, because they don't teach it in local college institutions, and the fact that the typical places that you would go and get this information don't have it as well. So what we're talking about is something truly special, guys. Period. But I know I got off track again. I do that sometimes. That's why I like to do this stuff casual, when I'm not teaching or giving a presentation. I like to just basically talk about it because it's something that it's tremendous in what it does, and some people think it's so big, but it's big in what it does, but it's very basic and automatic in its function. And once you know how it functions, then you can take full advantage of it. And understand, you can have 10 different LLCs, build credit for all 10 of them. None of them will be attached to your personal credit. None of them will be attached to you personally. None of them will be attached to you, to each other. That's how Donald Trump has filed bankruptcy 8 times. Okay? He's filed bankruptcy 8 times under the business. You never heard about him losing his personal home, his personal car. He has personal asset protection for those items. The bankruptcy pays the debt off. He's free and clear to open a bigger and better place next door if he wants to, because he's never attached to it personally. How many times have you heard the airlines file bankruptcy? That is a bankruptcy is a business maneuver, first of all. There's a misconception of bankruptcy. People don't understand that bankruptcy is not for poor people. It was not created for poor people. The wealthy and the rich created bankruptcy to discharge bad debt. It doesn't make any sense to keep putting good money into bad debt. You discharge it and start over. So in our culture and really across the board, people look down on bankruptcy. Oh, it's such a shameful thing. Yes.
Someone asks, do you mainly do banking and lending?
I'm sorry?
Let me get my mic. Someone asks, are you more into the private investment round process or mainly banking lending?
No, I have a relationship in private. I do super large help and facilitate super large deals. So yes, to answer the question, I can help facilitate those. I don't take on every project. It has to be it has to have legs. But yes, I do have relationships in that area.
Great. And what would you say your market?
Hmm?
What would you say your market demographic mainly is?
I don't have that's one of the beautiful things about what I do is that there isn't I have every type of client. I have a woman that sews quilts. The reason she needs business credit because a sewing machine is $10,000. She sews quilts that sell for thousands of dollars. I have clients that are multi-millionaires. I have athletes. I have politicians. And that's because again that every business period needs business credit. The larger corporation understand is already doing this. This is old news. This is nothing new. So my clientele is no. Now I do a lot of if you want to say certain areas, but as far as what type of company across the board, it does not matter because again, building a profile is only going to benefit anything or whatever you're going to be doing in your business, period. So it doesn't matter. I have hair salons, I have truck drivers, I have doctors, I have football players, basketball, I have lawyers, I have politicians, I have teachers. It doesn't matter if you're gonna open a business. Tons of restaurant clients. So that part and the things that I'm saying in this, if you are starting, or you'll be surprised at how a lot of businesses that are in business functioning and that compliance piece is not correct. So that's why I always start there, because no matter what conversation, of course, now if you've been in business for years and you have all these things in place, then good. This can only make it stronger. Hello? What happened?
I have no idea. I'm so sorry, I have no idea. We do have another question. Someone asked, I think having a website may help, but a lot of times if you're selling products on a hosted platform, having sales is usually a record. and to discussing future R&D for the company. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I'm not proficient in that subject matter. One good thing about as a client of my company is all your research and advice is free of charge, and through my referral partners, which I have at least 4 that deals with marketing and websites. My company is a one-stop shop for all your financial needs. Personal credit, I have 3 of the best in the country. They can remove anything from tax liens to child support to student loans to bankruptcy and all items in the bankruptcy to accounts that are still open. Very strong. I have CPAs, I have tax attorneys, I have insurance. Anything that you need for your business, basically you dial our number, and if you are a client, we put you with people that I've vetted over years. My relationships with these guys are years, and they're educators like I am, and they are at the top of their game, and so that you can get good advice, so you can make good decisions. Because a lot of businesses fail and struggle because of trial and error. They don't have access to good advice, and then not only advice, but access to actually taking advantage of the advice, or direction of how to take advantage of the advice. Um, uh, so we are financial marketing referral source on any level, including personal real estate. We do a lot of commercial real estate, fix and flips, just anything across on the real estate side. And what's key is business credit. You can't build a subdivision using your personal credit. You see, this is what people don't realize. They don't build a skyscraper using your personal credit or a shopping center. That's all business credit. That's how you do it. How you build a hotel is the business credit from doing a hotel already. The cash is just the deposit or the upfront, the face money, the investment. If you don't have the profile, a lot of franchises you can't even purchase unless you have a business credit profile. So again, I always end up coming back to that because that's where it all starts.
Leading to going back to personal and business credit, please tell the people in the chat what's the difference between the two.
What's the difference between personal and business credit, please, for the people in the chat?
Yeah. The earlier I said the whole world is 1,000,000 times better on the corporate, the business side, than the personal will never ever be. Okay. Now, here's several reasons why. Number one, in business credit, you don't have to. There's no such thing as too much credit. Okay, that doesn't exist. On the personal side, everyone gets to a point where, hey, they hear you got too much credit, we're not going to give you anymore. No matter what level you're on the personal side, you will always run to the end of it. Of course, you'll run to the end of your cash, and you'll run to the end of your credit based on debt to income and other things that go into that formula on the personal side. On the business side, there's no such thing as too much credit. That could be in the millions, billions, trillions of dollars, as we know. That does not exist. You don't have to worry about inquiries, because the lines of credit is what it's called on the business credit. The official term is called your commercial collateral. That's the official term. Is when you go in for business funding, they may say, do you have any commercial collateral for your business? Do you have any lines of credit for your business? This is a direct result of the value of your company. The more commercial collateral, the more lines of credit you have for your business, the more your company is worth. Okay? So why would they penalize you with inquiries if the more accounts you have, the more your company is worth? Okay. See, what a lot of people don't realize on the personal side, why you're penalized. If you think about all your inquiries, all the items that you bought on your personal credit, how many of those items are to make you money? Typically, none of them. They're for frivolous use. Okay. They're not going to make you any money. Okay. So all they're doing is putting you into personal debt. The more personal debt you're in, the more negative it affects your personal finance, credit, the whole nine. Flip side to the business owner, his inquiries are to increase his revenue and sales. So why would they penalize him for trying to increase his revenue and sales? So you don't have to worry about that. The accounts are there for the lifetime of the corporation. Whether you use them or not, I can get a Home Depot open for you today. You don't use it for 10 years. 10 years from now, it'll have the same strength and the buying power the day you opened it. Personal credit, if you go 90 days, 3 months without using that line of credit, that they will take it back, reduce the line, because they're trying to put you in a personal debt. If you're not going to use it, we don't give it to somebody that will. Business, they're not forcing you. If it's not going to bring profit, it's not going to make you money, force you to use it. So so those lines of corporation, those commercial collateral accounts are there for the lifetime of the business. Okay, so if you don't use it, you won't lose it. Business credit updates every week to 2 weeks, not 30 to 45 days like on your personal credit. That's because they know that business owners can afford to wait 30 to 45 days. They may miss out on a business opportunity. So the profile, business is a profile, personal is a bureau. So your business profile is lost train of thought. Okay, yeah, I was talking about the differences in the business credit and the personal credit. So the main point I'm getting at is, again, there's more flexibility. There's more things that you can do on the business side that you can't do on the personal. That if you get ready to sell your business, let me tell you how important these lines of credit are. When you get ready to sell your business, let's take Home Depot for example. Arthur Blank does not own anything in Home Depot. Those are lines of credit. Those are commercial collateral accounts. So if he were to sell the business, those commercial collateral accounts belong to the business. He can't say, let me take the lawnmowers for myself or the sprinklers. Those belong to the business. So they go. So again, on the personal side, that's a negative. Hello?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for presenting to us. I believe someone has another question.
I don't know. I lost you for a good.
Someone asks, if you're a startup company doing seed rounds, making pitches, they will focus more on your product and sales than your credit. The investment industry loves patents. So if you're making a product, get into patent pending ASAP. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing if you have a product and it's an original creation, then yes, you might want to get a patent for sure, especially if you're going to be seeking investors in getting that product to market. So depending on what that is. So yes, you definitely want to, if it's a original creation, it takes a little while to get a patent. Um, and but if you're saying rather to, if you're asking rather to do that first or build a business credit profile, there's no question to build a profile, because where are you going to get the funding in order to pay for the, unless you, again, you're already in business or already you have other sources, in order for the patents and all the other things that's going to require for you to, once it patent, to take it to market, to the marketplace. Who's going to invest? You see, you have, when people want to invest and they see that the work that you've already done, you're more attractive to them than you coming to them and you've done, you have a great idea, you see. You might have a great product, but you have to bring more than that to the table. What does your business uh, look like? But yes, it's important if you have original creations to get a patent. But again, if you're asking which one, you definitely want to be. You can do it simultaneously, but you want to. The sooner you start building a business credit profile, the faster you will be able to get funding to do whatever product or business that you want to do. Now, on the next segment, I'll go over the actual business credit profile. Any of you guys that want my ebook, I have an ebook that I put together on what business credit is and how it can benefit you. It's great for your library. It's great education. My philosophy is the more you know, the more we can do together if you guys decide to travel down this. Typically, uh, when you do this, again, like I said, anything else from that point won't make any sense. But I'll send you out my ebook. In there, there's an attachment in there. It says evaluation form for anyone that is starting a company or wanting to verify if their business is in compliance. That evaluation form has all the pieces that you would need: the name of the business, the address, the telephone number, the email, blah, 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 where you can start filling in those blanks to create or to enhance or to whatever, just to help, if you will, to make sure that you have those pieces in place, or get those pieces. And on there as well, it has action plan. When I work with my clients, we like to do a 90-day action plan to focus on your goals, have realistic goals over. You still have your dream board and all that good stuff, but you want to bring it more closer to home. Get that low-hanging fruit by doing a 90-day action plan with realistic goals. And once you accomplish those, celebrate, take yourself to dinner, buy something for your business or whatever, then focus on your next 90 days. You do that, and by the end of the year, you can actually look back and see progress in growth in your business. So that's all on that worksheet for anybody. I'll put my card up if you want to text me, and we can have a one-on-one. But on the next segment, and I want to say thank you again, Cameron, for having me on. You guys, you need to spread the word about this. The Cameron, her and her mother are clients, and through her Birds for Business Knowledge is doing these workshops, Zoom meetings or whatever. And a guy like me, and not to toot my own horn, because it's all about the grace of God, don't get me wrong, have a lot of resources that you typically won't run into. I don't advertise. I'm not, I only only go by referrals. My clients, all my clients are by referral. So on the next
Actually, we have
segment,
a person who's interested. They're asking, your service is exactly what? I know it's helping build business credit, helping businesses get up from build the foundation. Can you explain more on that, please?
okay, so basically what I do is, again, is to build a business persona, build a business credit profile. I advise you, I guide you, I pretty much hold your hand through the process of, I'll give an example. I have 6 tiers, 6 levels in building your business credit profile. On my very first tier, I have 5 to 10 companies, I guess you're the ones that's familiar, that will give you a line of credit from $100 up to $5,000 to help get your business credit started. I have a way that when a program that you follow in 45 to 60 days, you'll have an 80 paydex score. Now, business credit score is called a paydex score, Paydex. That a paydex score goes up to 100, and 80 is considered a perfect score, and 80 is equivalent to an 800 on your personal credit. My program will get you to that 80, that 800 equivalent in 45 to 60 days if you follow the steps with no use of your personal credit whatsoever. It doesn't matter what your personal credit is. Okay? Now, so what I do is show you how to live on the corporate side. See, again, the personal side has no advantages. You get no benefit for paying your bills. There's no benefit on the personal side. And the same money, what a lot of people don't realize, everywhere you go and spend your money on the personal side, they have a corporate account. They have business credit accounts. It's just most people don't know they do, and then they don't have the credit to get it. I needed tires a couple months ago for my car. I went down to Discount Tires and got a corporate account. The same money, but now by paying that, I'm building my business credit profile. I'm building my business persona. Now, once we do this, I have access through my years of relationship for funding. My charge. So consulting, coaching, and then not only just coaching or consulting, but having a path and actual direction to follow for success. Because again, you talk to a lot of accounts coaches or financial guys, they have the information, but they don't, their path only goes so far. Ours take you all the way through, because everything that you're going to need to do whatever project that you're trying to do or whatever business that you're trying to do, we have a direct path to making it happen. And that happens, what makes that easier is, I tell a lot of people, ask themselves, would you lend yourself money? Would you lend you money? Most of the time you won't, because the same things, you want the same things that they want in order to give you funding. So until you address that area, until you have a business persona, your business basically don't exist. So why in the world would I give you money? Okay, you can show me $100,000 a week going through your business bank account. That's cash flow. That does not tell me everyday business, and that's not a public information. You have to give me access to that information, or give me the information. So I can't go online, but guess what? If you have a Dun & Bradstreet, if you have a business credit profile, you can go to Dun & Bradstreet and see that information on your business. And that is what lenders and investors or people base their decision on to give you money. You know, you have to have the tools and at least the minimal platform to even have the conversation. That's why just a lot of applications they're just turned down. The underwriter don't even get to see what you want the money for. You never make it past the processor. You don't have the minimal qualifications for your business. So those are the things that I do. I have a lot of successful businesses. There are a lot of clients I help, and no matter how young, again, or how new or how old the company is or the person is, it will have the same effect. It works the same way every day for everybody. So that's pretty much what I do in my financial consulting capacity. I'm going to take you step by step through the process. So whoever asked that question, if you want to call and we can do a one-on-one consultation, because if you already have a business, you know, we could, here we go. We could, this camera was kind of skewed the whole way. Here we go.
Oh, I see that as regular. How do you see it as? I think everyone could see it normal. Is that okay?
I guess I should have posted it on the. No.
But I will post all of your information in my description after I post this video.
Now, guys, and again, we want to thank Cameron for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. Tell your friends, because this information I charge a lot of money for that you guys are getting for free. And I want to help you. It's my mission. It's my ministry to tell as many people that want to listen on how they can take advantage of building this business credit profile, and you will not, in a 90-day period of time, you won't even recognize yourself in your business. You'd be amazed of how long. If she doesn't mind, just in less than 2 weeks, she has an account. She has at least, I don't know, $10,000 in lines of credit for her business, and she's not even 30 days old. Am I correct?
Yes.
She's not even 30 days old yet. And that's just the beginning. See, business credit is like a muscle. The more you work it, the bigger it gets, the stronger it is. Now you're just punching through brick walls. See, when I do things, it's not if I want it. It's if I want it, not if I can get it. Do I want the shopping center? No, that's not a project I want to do. But if I want it, guess what? I can get it because I put together a business credit platform, a profile. See, that's when it doesn't matter what color you are. You're black and white. When you have I remember I walk into a bank now, and you know it's dread guy, okay. Orlando, have a seat over here. Somebody, get with you. I give them my business credit profile. Typically, the president or whoever the head person of the branch comes out, and now Mr. Nelson, and let's sit in a private office, because you got to understand, he doesn't even know how I got that. How do you have a business credit profile? You see, you just don't know how powerful this kind of a thing can do for you. And she's bringing this to you. And on the next segment, I'm going to go through my program, how we go about building that business credit profile. And then, of course, I'll go over fees and those kind of things. But I like to tell you what you're getting, in the difference of working with a guy like me as opposed to other ones, other people that may claim to say they do business credit. I've seen a new lady on the on Facebook, and that's good because again, it took years for me just to get people to listen. that even exists. So it's good on that part, but I just like to make sure you're getting a good quality product. Anyone can build a profile, but what's the program behind it? What you're going to do with it? Where are you going to take me with it? What am I going to be able to achieve with it? Just having a 80 credit score or like an 850 credit score and not doing anything with it on your personal side is meaningless.
Yes, and please, everyone, please take a screenshot, a snip. If you haven't gotten the information from Orlando, I will post it in the description. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with Cam in Orlando. We will have more videos on this. I know some people they understand the concept, but they would like a visual aid. So I'm gonna work on that for you guys as well. Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
I'd like to thank
if
my
you want.
financial advisor, Orlando Nelson. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us this wonderful information. And any last words for anyone who is watching?
Yes, the number one reason of my success is by the grace of God, guys. Let me just tell you. So if God is not in your money, typically you won't have it long, or you don't have any. God gives you the ability to create wealth. I tell all my students, I tell everyone that it's not your education, it's not all those sorts of things. It is who you know and knowing Him. When you are blessed to have access to this information, again, thank you, Cameron, for allowing the gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. But that's a blessing within itself. All my clients, I tell them, you don't meet me by accident. So back to I'm talking, getting there to go even further. But again, God gives you the ability to create wealth. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Happy Thanksgiving. If I can help you, give me a call. If you want to talk, get in touch with Cameron, and she will be able to facilitate you. And thank you very much. I lost sound. I can't hear you. I can't hear you if you're talking to me.
I said, have a
Were you
wonderful night.
talking?
Everyone, please follow my social media.
Thank you. You guys have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful night. Everyone, please follow my social media. Thank you.